All right, so welcome back to the class. Today we'll continue with looking at the rules of Concord. Now, in the last class, we stopped on um, um, pluralities and terms. So today we pick it up from coordinates Concord. What do we mean by coordinates Concord rule? Remember, we said Concord means agreement between subject and verb in a sentence. Now, when two subjects are joined by and, the verb to be used should be plural. When two subjects are joined by and, the verb to be used should be plural. We have some examples here. Ade and Olu are here. Remember, Ade and Olu are two different people. Ade and Olu are here. Jack and Jill know Thomas. Jack and Jill know Thomas. Our principal and the English teacher were present. Our principal and the language teacher were present. This is different from double title subject Concord. Remember, in double title subject Concord, the two subjects there is just like you have a single person wearing two hats, a single person performing two what? Holding two titles. So when you have double title, a single person holding double title there. So the principal, in that case, you have our principal and math teacher is here because the principal is still the same person as the math teacher. So this other rule is different from that one. Do not mix them up. This one is coordinates Concord. It says that when two subjects are joined by and, the verb to be used should be plural because the two subjects now, it is not about a single person holding double title. This is now a single person and another single person, two different people right now. Let's take the next rule. Every plus plural number concord. Every plus plural number concord. Now when we have every, when it precedes a plural, what do I mean by precede? Precede means come before. When it comes before, precede, before. So when it comes before a plural, it takes a plural verb. When every comes before a plural number, it takes a plural verb. Every plus plural number attracts a plural verb. Every 5 gallons, you can see here you have a plural number. I know you know what a plural number is. When you have more than one, that is plural. Every 5 gallons, every 5 gallons of paint bought carry a bonus of an extra gallon. So you can see every plus what? Plus plural number, 5 gallons. It attracts what? A plural verb. Carry is a plural verb. The singular counterpart of this is carries. Carry is a plural verb. The second example, every 10 boys that come here, for every 10 boys that come here, you will get a gift. For every 10 boys that come here, you will get a gift. Maybe I am running a discount or something. So I gave my people the chance of bringing 10 boys. So for every 10 boys that come through you, you will get a gift. Don't mind this, the errors in this sentence, please. Every 5 minutes, come with a new announcement. You can say 5 minutes, plural number. Every 5 minutes, come, not comes. Come with a new announcement. So when you have every used with a plural number, it should take a plural verb. Now the next one is agreement with all. Agreement with all. Now, all can either mean everything. It can either mean what? Everything or all the people. All has two meanings here. It has two meanings here. It could mean everything or all the people. When do we know which one to use a singular verb with or which one to use a plural verb with? When all means everything. When all means everything, the verb that follows should be singular. When all means everything, the verb that follows it should be a singular verb. Look at this now. All that I have been saying does not make sense to him. Here, all means everything, not all the people. I would not translate this as all the people that I have been saying. No, I will translate it as all the things that I have been saying. Everything that I have been saying does not make sense to him. It's just like you conversing with someone now, and at the end of the day, you ask the person, Oh, do you understand what I said? What have you been saying? You've just been speaking gibberish. What have you been saying? Wow. So all that I've been saying does not make sense to you. Wow, that's interesting. So in that aspect, it does not translate as all the people that I have been saying. Rather, it is everything that I have been saying does not make sense to him. Another example here I have, all is well with me. In this case, you will not translate all as all the people is well with me. No, it is translated as everything. So when all is used to mean everything, you should use a singular verb with it. Oh, when all is used to mean everything, you should use a singular verb with it. But when all is used to mean all the people, the verb should be plural. Everything, singular verb. When it means all the people, plural verb. Our third example here is, all are already seated in the hall. All are already seated in the hall. So here now, all means all the people. You won't say everything now. It means all the people. All the people are already seated in the hall. All the people are already seated in the hall. In the hall. Now let's see the next one. The next rule here, still on all. Still on all. The rule we looked at before this was just on all, when all means everything and all the people. But now, when you have all but, you know, you would have, if you're conversant with your past question, you would have read questions like, all but one student passed the examination. All but something, something. So when you use all but, the verb to follow should be plural. Don't mix this thing up. We have the agreement with all, and we also have the agreement with all but. For all, when all means everything, then you should put a singular verb. And when all means all the people, you should use a plural verb. Now, all but, when you use all but, it is just a single rule for this. It should always attract a plural verb. When all but is used, it should always attract a plural verb. Any confusion, please? Any confusion, please? No, 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 no. Just two learners. Okay, 3, 4. Others, I hope you are not confused. Please, when you listen carefully and look at it carefully, you won't be confused. So when we have all but, it should follow a plural verb. Look at this now. Example number 1. All but Ade are in the hall. Okay, if you look at your sentence interpretation, when we talk about sentence interpretation in use of English, you would have seen a question like this. It will tell you to pick the answer that conveys the meaning. But the rules are too much. Sorry, you have to learn it because you never can tell where your question will come from. So you would have seen a question like this before in sentence interpretation. All but Ade are in the hall. This means that everyone is in the hall. All the people are in the hall except Ade. All the people are in the hall except Ade. All the people are in the hall except Ade. So remember, when all but is used, the verb to follow should be plural. All but 2 houses were destroyed by the storm. All the houses were destroyed by the storm. Only 2 houses weren't destroyed. All but 2 houses were destroyed by the storm. The next example reads, all but John understand the instruction. It means all the people understood the instruction. It was only John that did not understand. So all attracts what? All but attracts plural verb. Let's move to the next rule. Oh, the next rule is rule number 18, not 17. Plural figures in agreement. Plural figures in agreement. When plural figure is used, the verb should be singular. When plural figure is used, the verb should be singular. What do I mean by plural figure? Figures that are more than one. When you say 2, 3, 4, and like that, that is not singular anymore. Plural figure. Figures that are more than one. So, for example, I have 10 children is enough for me. I won't say because I have 10 now. 10 children, that's plural. I should use enough for me. No. The rule says that when you have plural figure, you should use a singular verb. 10 children is enough for me. 10 children is enough for me. 8 pounds is too few to build a house. Oh, okay. Why are you giving me that emoji? Okay, 10 children is not enough for you. Maybe we should make it 14. Or we should make it a dozen. Let's make it 12. 8 pounds is too few to build a house. 10 is too much. Okay. 8 pounds is too few to build a house. 8 pounds is too few to build a house. 3 months is enough for the job. 3 months is enough for the job. Remember again, when you use plural figures, it should attract a singular verb. Don't say because it is plural, you should now put a plural verb. No. The rule says that when you use a plural figure, you should have a singular verb to follow. Are we together, please? Okay. The next rule is mathematical fact agreement. Mathematical fact agreement. So in Concord, mathematical facts can take both singular and plural verb. In Concord, mathematical facts can take both singular and plural verb. What do I mean by mathematical facts? These are things that are already established. They are established. They cannot be changed. Look at our example now. 5 multiplied by 3 is 15. Right? Everybody will agree that 5 multiplied by 3 is 15. Nobody will come here to tell me that 5 multiplied by 3 is 2 or is 5 or is 10. So the Concord agreement for this says that when you use mathematical facts or when you write mathematical facts, you can either use singular verb or plural verb. Both are acceptable. So 5 multiplied by 3 is 15, or you can say 5 multiplied by 3 are 15. But I think majority will want to go with 5 multiplied by 3 is 15, not 5 multiplied by 3 are 15. But both are correct. 9 minus 5 is 4. 9 minus 5 are 4. 10 plus 10 is 20, or 10 plus 10 are 20. So this is the mathematical fact agreement. The mathematical fact agreement under Concord states that when you write mathematical facts, you can either use singular verb or plural verb. When you write mathematical facts, you can either use singular verb or plural verb. If it comes out in the exam, which one should we choose? If it comes out in the exam, you will either have the singular, what is it called? The singular verb in the option or the plural verb. You can't have the two. I believe you can't have the two there. Okay, let's move to the next agreement. Now, the next agreement here is a number of. When you have a number of, when a number of is used, it should also take a plural verb. When a number of is used, it should take a plural verb. For example, a number of houses have been demolished. When you use a number of, it should take a plural verb. For example, a number of houses have been demolished. You also have another example there. A number of students are waiting. A number of students are waiting. For a number of, use a plural verb. When you have a number of, use a plural verb. But now, what's up in the situation where we have the number of, not a number of now, the instead of a, the number of. So when you have the number of, when you have the number of, it should be followed by a plural noun and a singular verb. When you have the number of, it should be followed by a plural noun and a singular verb. Such that you have example like the number of applicants. You can see that's a plural noun there. Applicants. The number of applicants, then the number of applicants is increasing. The number of applicants is increasing. The number of applicants is increasing. Now we have agreement with each. Agreement with each. Whenever each is used, it should be followed by a singular noun and a singular verb. Whenever each is used, it should be followed by a singular noun and a singular verb. Each boy, look at it now, boy, singular. Each boy knows the man. Singular noun, boy. Singular verb, knows. Each boy knows the man. Each boy knows the man. Another example I have here, I have each book is on the table. Each book is on the table. Each book is on the table. Each with a singular noun, book with a singular verb, is. Each with a singular noun, book, and a singular verb, is. But when you have each of, or one of, when you have each of or one of, then it takes a plural noun and a singular verb. Don't mix the two up, please. When you have each or just each without the of, when you have just each without the of, then it should take a singular verb. But when you now have each of, it should take a plural noun and singular verb also. When you have each of, it should take a plural noun and a singular verb. Look at this one. This one is taking a singular noun and singular verb. But each of takes a plural noun and a plural verb. The first one takes a singular noun and singular verb, while the second one takes a plural noun and a singular verb. Let's see some example on this. We have each of the contestants. You can see now, each of plus plural noun, contestants. Each of plus plural noun, contestants. Each of the contestants stands, a singular verb now. Plural noun, singular verb. Each of goes with plural noun and singular verb. Each of goes with plural noun and singular verb. Each of the contestants stands a good chance. Each of the contestants stand a good chance. One of the students is here. Remember we said each of or one of. Each of or one of. So these two things follows the same rule. They both take a plural noun and a singular verb. Each of takes a plural noun and a singular verb. One of also takes a plural noun and a singular verb. One of the students is here. One of the students is here. One of the students is here. So far, under the rule of Concord, so far we started this class with the subject-verb agreement. We started our class with the subject-verb agreement. Let's see if we can go back to that. We started with the subject-verb agreement that states that the verb and the subject must agree in number. It must agree in number. That is, if you have a singular verb, you should use, if you have a singular subject, you should use a singular verb. And also, if you have a plural subject, you should use a plural verb. Shade loves pets, singular, singular. The women love him, plural, plural. The next rule there states that the proximity concord, and I explained then that proximity means closeness or nearness. Proximity means closeness or nearness. Now, when you have more than two subjects separated with comma or joined by the correlative coordinators, either or neither nor, the subject that is closest to the verb determines the concord. That is, it determines the agreement. If it is a singular subject that is close to the verb, it is going to take a singular verb. And if it is a plural subject that is close to the verb, it should take a plural verb. Who else cannot see my screen? Who else cannot see my screen, please? Please, if you cannot see my screen, kindly rejoin. Leave the call and join again. Thank you. Now look at this. If the nearest subject is singular, a singular verb follows. Either the teacher or the senior prefect flogs latecomers. Here, the senior prefect is the subject that is closest to the verb. So it is, since it is singular, we are going to use a singular verb there. If the nearest subject is plural, a plural verb should follow. Neither the principal nor the teachers come to school on time. Neither the principal nor the teachers. Look at this now. Teachers, plural subject. It is going to attract a plural verb. The next rule is the pair of. When pair of is added to the summation plural, then it attracts a singular verb. The pair of trousers looks dirty. A pair of scissors lies on the table. A pair of shoes is under my bed. The next rule is the mandative subjunctive concord. When we say mandative subjunctive concord, it is the rule that talks about recommendation, demand, wish, prayer, suggestion, or resolution. When you have all this, any of this involved in a sentence, then you should use a plural verb. That is why you have God bless you. May God bless you, not God blesses you. There you would have thought that, okay, since God is just singular, not plural, not more than one now, just one, then we should use a singular verb too, which is blesses. No, this rule says otherwise. It says that when you have a prayer, a suggestion, recommendation, resolution, demand, or wish, then you should use a plural verb. It has been recommended that he go away. Now, I am not going to say because I have this to be he, then this should be goes. No. Singular, singular, no. We are following a rule, which says that whenever we have any of this, a plural verb should be used. I pray that God help you. We demand she pay our money. We demand she pay our money. Now, the next one is the notional concord. When we say notional concord, it is just the collective noun concord. Don't be confused. Notional concord is the same as the collective noun concord. Now, for this rule, it says that when the collective noun performs an action, it should take a plural verb. But when no action is involved, it takes a singular verb. For example, the club is 30 years old today. Here, the club is 30 years. This is just telling us the state of being of the club. It is telling us the state of being of the club. It is not performing any action. Now I have the audience is quite large. This one is also telling us about the state of being there. It is not performing an action. But compare it with this. Compared to this one, the audience were clapping their hands. You would agree with me that to clap is an action. When you clap, you bring your two hands together to make a particular sound. So clapping is an action. So here you use a plural verb for this because it is performing an action. Now, the other rule is the parentheses in concord. When we say parentheses or parenthetic statements are just additional statements which removal, when you remove it, its removal does not, deform the sentence. The removal of a parenthetic expression doesn't deform the sentence. It does not make it ungrammatical or incorrect. It is just an additional explanation, which if it is absent, it doesn't render the sentence incorrect. Now, when we have these parentheses in concord, what is going to determine the verb to be used? When you are answering a question on parenthetic statement, please do not consider the parenthetic statement at all. Do not consider the additional information. What you should consider is the subject that comes before the parenthetic statement. For example, the members of the National Assembly not the president of the country, are also to blame for our economic woes. Look at this now. Members of the National Assembly, not the president of the country, is just an additional information. If I should remove this now, it is not going to render the statement useless. Let's assume that not the president of the country is absent. This is absent now. And I only have the members of the National Assembly are also to blame for our economic woes. You will see that it does not make any difference. Being there or not does not make any difference. So this is what we call parenthetic statement. And when you're answering your question on Concord, if you ever come across this question, it is the subject before the parenthetic statement that should determine the verb. If it's a singular, you use a singular subject. If it's a plural, it will take a plural subject. Let's continue. Are we together, please? Are we together? Let's know if you are with me. Let me know if you are with me, please. Or let me know if I am alone. Okay, my learners are with me. Good. The salesman, not many of his representatives. The salesman, not many of his representatives, is here now. Now, the salesman will determine the verb to be used, not many of his representatives. This is just an additional information. Now I have the employees as well as the CEO. The employees as well as the CEO have an interest in the project's success. Now the employees will determine the verb to be used. And since the employees is a plural subject, then it is going to attract a plural verb, have and not has. The movie, including all the previews, takes 2 hours. Now, including all the previews is just an additional information here. The movie is the one that will determine the verb to be used. And in this case, since the movie is a singular subject, it would attract a singular verb, which is takes, and not the plural verb take. Another rule we have here is the indefinite pronoun concord. This rule states that when any indefinite pronoun is used, a singular verb should be used with it. When we say indefinite pronoun, it is the opposite of definite. Definite, indefinite. Just like when you have definite article and indefinite article. You know, one is talking about specific thing, person, or place, and the other one is referring to something that is not specific. It is talking about general stuff. So indefinite pronouns are pronouns that refer to no specific thing or person. So you have examples like somebody, anything, no one, anybody, everybody, nothing, and all of that. So now, in example, remember the rule. It says that when you use them, when you use indefinite pronoun, you should use a singular verb. Everybody in this class is hungry. I won't say because I am talking about everybody now. I would now use are hungry. No. Everybody in this class is hungry. Are you hungry? Oh, you're not hungry. I'm sure you're fasting, so you're not hungry. So everybody, well, no one was present. No one was present. Don't tell me you are hungry by 3:50. Still have a long way to go. Don't be hungry. No one was present. No one was present. You people showing me crying emoji. What is it with you? Are you guys hungry? Was it only water you drank for sahur? No one was present. Everything has been done. Something seems fishy. Nobody knows tomorrow. Oh. So you drank only water for sahur. Oh, may Allah bless it. When Allah's blessing is involved, then the water can even sustain you till tomorrow. Don't try it though. Nobody knows tomorrow. Nobody knows tomorrow. Usna you always have a response to whatever learners type here. You always have a response. Concentrate and stop responding to everyone. Class monitor. I'll be class captain. Double title subject concord now. Double title subject concord. This one says that when and joins 2 or more subjects together that refers to only one person, a singular verb should follow. Our principal and the pastor of Heroes of Faith Church knows me very well. This means that the principal is also the same person acting as the pastor of Heroes of Faith Church. This is a single person answering a double title. A single person that has a double title upon him. Our principal is the same person as pastors of Heroes of Faith Church. The president and minister of petroleum is coming tomorrow. In this statement, it means that the president is also the same person as the minister of petroleum. The president. Okay, Ajayi Abdullah, if you have a question, kindly type your question. Type your question, please. The president is also the same person as the Minister of Petroleum. So when you talk about two subjects that refer to only one person, then you use a singular verb. Now, categorization concord. When we talk about categorization concord, this are adjective that denote a group of people or a category of people. When you have THE coming before adjective, then those words are being categorized. When you have the definite article the preceding an adjective, that adjective is talking about a category. Such words like the poor, the rich, the lame, the blind, the young, the old, the helpless. So when you have words like this, the poor, the rich, the lame, the blind, the helpless, the young, the old, like that, the wealthy, the sick. So when you have words like this, you should use a plural verb with them. The ugly, I know this was what you typed in the last class too. The ugly, it seems you have so many ugly people around you. The ugly. So the poor need our help. It is not going to be the poor needs our help. Why? Because this thing already entails people. When we say the poor, we mean the poor people. The poor people. I am explaining this. I am re-explaining because I already explained this. I explained why we have it to be the poor, and I answered some questions relating to this. But I am re-explaining for the sake of learners that were not in that class. So I have the poor need our help. The handicapped are suffering, and you would agree with me that the handicapped are really suffering. The handicapped, most times they are not well taken care of. You just see them by the roadside and all of that. So the handicapped are really suffering. The young, what do we say about the young? The young are around. The young are around. It means the young people are around. Okay. Okay, the next rule is about many a. When we use many a to precede a subject, it is going to take a singular subject and a singular verb. Many a boy is here. Many a student speaks well. Many a candidate fails the examination. Now, the next one is more than. When we use more than, the word or number that comes after more than will determine the verb to be used. If the word is singular, you use a singular verb. If it is plural, you use a plural verb. More than 2 oranges are here. Why do I have are instead of is? This is because when I have my more than, whatever comes after it will determine the verb to be used. In this case, 2 oranges. That is to show that I have to use a plural verb because I have plural number coming after more than. More than one student comes from the village. I have comes because one student indicates singular, and singular subject should attract a singular verb according to the first and the simplest rule. More than one man is here. More than one man is here. More than 10 people were injured. More than 10 people were injured. Let's move to the next rule. Relative pronouns concord. Relative pronouns concord. When we use relative pronoun, pronouns that introduce, relative pronouns introduce the President and Minister of Defense is here. Okay, what are you saying here? The President and the Minister of Defense are, can we use this to determine what we are going to use? Yes. Now, let me quickly answer this question. Elena asked the question. The President and Minister of Defense is here. That sentence is under the double title subject concord. Here, it means that the President is also the Minister of Defense. So you are going to use a singular verb. Now, the learner typed another sentence. The President and the Minister of Defense are here. Yes, This falls under when you have more than a subject. Now, remember the rule we looked at before we started re-explaining. When you have and connecting two subjects together, then you use a plural verb. The president is a particular person. The minister of defense is also another person entirely. So in that case, you will not say is, because if you are saying is and you later get to see two people, the president is different from the minister of defense. So why are you using a singular verb for both of them? No. So what you need to do is, when you have different people, the president and the minister of defense are here. Yes, you are correct. So the question is, can we use the to determine what we are going to use? Yes, you can. So if I have the president and the minister of defense, that should tell you that it is plural. But when I do not have any other thing coming before the next subject, that means that it's singular. If I have just one determiner for both subjects, it means that I am referring to just a single person wearing double hats. But when I have different determiners for the two subjects, it means that I am talking about two different people. Do you get it, Ajayi Abdullah, and other learners too? Okay, ask your question, please. Type your question. Thank you. Type your question. So for relative pronouns, can I re-explain? Okay, I would re-explain using this rule. Let me quickly go back to the rule. Now, let's talk about this first rule. Double title subject concord. Double title subject concord states that when A and D joins two or more subjects together that refer to only one person, then it should be a singular verb. What do I mean by this? In this case, it means that, oh, no stress, please. It is better you understand now that you get to the examination or hall and you see this question and you'll be like, that woman, she did not teach us, but she's so wicked. She did not even tell us this one. And maybe that single mark is what will make you have 90 in your use of English. Okay, so now our principal and pastor of Heroes of Faith Church knows me very well. Here it means that principal is still the same person as the pastor of Heroes Church. On Sunday he is a pastor. On Monday to Friday he is a principal. So we are talking about just the same person now, wearing two hats. Just like you can have, most times you have your dad as your teacher. Has it ever happened to you? Your dad or your mom or your uncle, your family member will be your teacher, or somebody that will just be, in a particular position. So you say, oh, my uncle and the assistant, the vice principal rather, my uncle and vice principal is here. My uncle and vice principal is here. That means that's your uncle. Is the same person as the vice principal. So when two titles refer to just a single person, that is when you use a singular verb. But in the other one, when you have two titles for two different people, you use a plural verb, because now we have plural subjects. This one now, president, the minister of petroleum. The president is the same person as the minister of petroleum. Just like we have our president now, consider the fact that our president now is also the same person as the minister of petroleum. So whenever you want to put a sentence and you want you to mean that this person is still the one as this person, they are not two different people. It is still a single person. As a big brother, maybe as the first child of the family, you can also be something else in that family. So you are just a single person, but you have more than one title. You are just a single person, but you have more than one title. Those two titles, they still refer to you as a single person. So when you have that, you use is. You use is, a singular verb, not just is, a singular verb generally. So now let's move to the second one. This should be around, okay, I think I am almost there. Okay, good. Coordinate concord now. When you use coordinate concord, look at this. When two subjects are joined by and, two different entity now. Two different entity. I will use the third example to explain. Our principal and the English language teacher. In this sentence now, this is clearly telling you that the principal, Mr. Ogundiumu, is different from the English language teacher, Mr. Shofumbi. Our principal, his name is Mr. Ogundimu. It's just like now, if I don't want to use our principal, Mr. Ogundimu and Mr. Shofumbi were present. You can see Mr. Ogundimu is different from Shofumbi. You won't say that, now, Ogundimu is still the same thing as Shofumbi. Just look at it the other way. You will see that they are the same. No, how can it be the same? One is starting with S, one is starting with O. So S and O, how are they the same? Please explain to me. So our principal, for example now, Mr. Ogundimu, and the English language teacher, Mr. Koliosho. Okay. So now, Mr. Koliosho, Adebimpe, let me quickly correct something here. When you write name of people, you start with a capital letter, okay? Because it is a proper noun. So that's Koliosho, you start with the capital, the K should be capital. Thank you. Our principal and the English language teacher were present. It means that our principal is different from the English language teacher. Don't mix these things up. Have I answered your question, please? Have I answered your question? I think I have. I am sure I have. I should have used Mr. Dosumu and Mr. Usnareni. So that would have been, or Mr. Dosumu and Mr. Debimperoki, because the two of you, you're always, I don't know, you're always exchanging words. Okay. I think now we should. Okay. I think we can proceed to answering some questions now. It is very, very important that we answer questions. It is important that we answer questions. So let's quickly move to, if we can take just 5 questions or more than that before the end of the class. Go. Please mute your microphone. Oh, thank you. So our question now. We'll be answering question on question tag and some on Concord. Today is 4th of March, 2026. Question number 1. Lima Okay, the first question you have, Lima doesn't like walking in the dark. Lima doesn't like walking in the dark. Dash, then you have a question mark there. You have a statement. Now, this statement requires a question tag. I will not be putting the, what is it called? The options, because I think this question tag, this question is very, very simple. Does she, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Do you have any other contrary opinion? Any contrary opinion to does she? I did not say you should start giving me thumbs up or type your answers, please. And if you're writing your does she, please put a question mark at the end so I can know that you're asking a question. She got it. Usna, the class captain, you are the one marking everything. Well done. So I have my next question. Excuse me, sir. A student is asking now. Excuse me, sir. Must we complete the assignment? Excuse me, sir. Must we complete the assignment? This is from your 1987 question 84. Excuse me, sir. Must we complete the assignment? What will be the answer to this, please? Excuse me, sir. Must we complete the assignment? So the teacher said, no. You have something like this. No, comma. No, we mustn't. Good. Thank you. Let it start coming in. I'm going to catch people that did not listen attentively in the last class. Aisha, you yes, we must. Yes, must we complete the assignments? Look at this question. This question is even in the positive form, and you're still typing your positive as the question tag. Remember, when you have a positive question, you have a negative question tag, and you have a positive response. And I also explained in the last class that when must, should, and ought to is used to mean necessary, then it should take need not or need. So now, if you look at this properly, Usna waited for everybody to type the answer before he picked his. Taufik Khadija, please listen to my explanation so that you get it once. When you have must, these three words here, when you have must, ought to, and should, when the three words, when you have them to mean necessary, when it means necessary, when it means necessary, then what you should have there should be need not or need, as the case may be. Now let's read this sentence again. Excuse me, sir. Must we complete the assignment? If you want to translate this, the student is asking if it is necessary for them to complete the assignment. Must we finish the task? Oh, is it necessary that we finish that? Is it necessary that we complete it? So when you use any of this word to mean necessary, then it should attract need not or need, as the case may be. So in this question now, you are going to use no, you need not. The teacher is answering the question now. No, you need not. That is, it is not necessary that you complete the assignment. Please, do you get it? But when you don't have any of this word, when you don't have it to mean necessary, you can use must not. Let me write a question that answers something like that, where you use must not instead of need not. Do you understand this, please? Question 3. I have the proprietors should be blamed for such a deplorable condition in the nursery schools. So you have the proprietors should be blamed for such a deplorable condition in the nursery schools. You have your dash here. You have to fill this in with a question tag. You have the word should now. Here, should does not mean necessary. It doesn't mean necessary here. So you put the tag in this form also. Shouldn't they? Shouldn't they? That is, should they not? But let's assume that you are talking about something that means necessary. It is going to be need not. Do you get the difference now? Do you get the difference, please? So you can use mustn't. I am not saying that must not is not correct. But when you have it in the form to mean necessary, then that is when you use need not or need, as the case may be. Okay, I want us to take one question on Concord. Let's take one question on Concord before we call it a day. Trying to get a question on Concord. Concord. Okay. Question 4. All dash when with Peter. Please, before you type your answer, just hold on. Let me put the option, because you never can tell if I'm going to put a present form or past form as the option. But either ways, so far you know the rule. Okay, let me even ask the question. If I want to put a present form verb here, what is it going to be? All dash well with Peter. So A, I have are not. All is good. So B, I have not been. C, I have were not. And D, I have is not. What is the answer to this question? Are not, have not been, were not, and is not. Is not, is not, is not. Good job, is not. Is not. All is not well with Peter. We pray that all will be well with Peter. All is not. Okay, the last question. Question number 5. Each of the candidates remember when we have each and when we use each of, okay? So you start recalling now. Where is it again? Each of the candidates. When you use each of, you use a plural noun, a plural subject. Each of the candidates that came late dash to complete dash to complete dash. So let me put the option now. Each of the candidates that came late dash to complete dash. Option A. I have slash this form. Option B. I have are having slash these forms. Option C, have slash these in plural. And option D, which is the last option. Okay, this is forms. I have has slash this form. Okay, let's read the question again. Each of the candidates that came late dash to complete dash. A, have slash this form. B, are having slash this form. C, have slash these forms. D, has slash this form. Which of this option is the correct one? Remember the rule of each of. So which of the option is the correct one? Learners, your answers, please. I said answer. You are giving me thumbs up. I said answer. Type your answers. Type your answers. A, have slash this form. Okay. Thank you, Adeni Ibeni Befo. Okay, has slash this form. Usna, how did you know that this question, the answer to this question is D? Has slash this form. So Usna, tell me the rule. Unmute your microphone and tell me the rule guiding this. Why did you pick option D? Usna Reni. Why did you pick option D? Because of each of. What about each of? What happens to each of? Tell us.
Take plural now and singular verb.
Fantastic. Why did you help him out, Rakib? I even thought he was the one. That was why I said fantastic. Your own is not fantastic. It's not fantastic again. Okay, so to those that chose option A, you're actually wrong. The correct option to this question is option D. Option D is the correct option. Why is option D the correct option? We already stated it in the rule that whenever you use each of, it should attract a singular subject. In this case, candidates is the singular subject. And I mean, a plural subject, please pardon me for that. That was a mistake. When you use each of, it should attract a plural subject, candidates. You can see plural. Then a singular verb. So if you look at this now, have is a plural verb. And having is even out of it. This one is out of it. This one here is a plural verb. This one also is a plural verb. This rule says that when you use each of should attract plural subject and singular verb. And the only singular verb you have here is has. Okay? Has slash this form. So each of the candidates that came late has to complete this form. Do you understand that, please? Remember, there is a difference between each and each of. When you use each is going to take a singular subject and a singular verb. But when we use each of, it is going to take a plural subject and a singular verb. So in that case, you have each of the candidates that came late dash to complete this form. So we have each of the candidates that came late has to complete this form.